We're here in the courtroom again. As much as I'd hoped it was a one-time thing, we've had another murder. And now it's on us to find the killer, or we'll be the next to die. I hope we can pull this off.
Well then, my sweet and tender hooligans, why don't we kick things off by talking about the murder weapon?
According to the Monokuma files, the victim was struck in the head with a blunt object, leading to what was most likely an immediate demise.
Yes, but what could it have been?
Hey, I bet it was a metal pipe.
No, that wasn't the weapon!
Duh, right. What was I thinking?
There weren't any pipes at the scene of the crime, so I don't think it was that.
The circumference of the injury matched the weight at the end of a small dumbbell.
Wait, you checked out her crunched-in head?
I think you were brave!
Given the bloodstains we found on the carpet, I think it's safe to assume the crime was committed right there in the girls' locker room.
Thus, it's high time to name the culprit. Would you care to rack your brains, or shall I just tell you who it is?
You know who did it?
Obviously. Chihiro Fujisaki's killer is Genocider Sho.
Wait a minute, that serial killer who was in the news? Whatever, brah.
But wouldn't that have to mean that raving lunatic is one of us? That's crazy talk.
It's not as crazy as you think. Togami and I found a dossier on the killer in the library.
It called attention to recurring motifs throughout all of Genocider Sho's murders. 2 rituals, or calling cards in particular. First, Sho always leaves a message written in blood.
Yes, fun bag fever, if I am not mistaken.
Bloodbath fever, you mean?
The second motif is important, as it's never been disseminated to the public at large. Without fail, every one of Sho's victims has been found crucified. Thus, having found her in such a unique state, it's only natural to assume that Fujisaki was slain by the self-same villain.
To wit, we have an incredibly violent serial killer within our ranks.
Indeed, and she goes by the name Toko Fukawa.
Hey, wait just a second! Fukawa freaks out at the sight of blood, and whoever's been killing those folks is not squeamish.
I think it would be fair to say she's a show and a no-show.
Wordplay, seriously? Our lives are at stake.
Fukawa's a show and a no-show? What's Togami getting at? Yeah! That's gotta be it! They mentioned it in that file from the library. Listen to this. They think Sho's suffering from dissociative identity disorder.
I trust that will suffice.
You promised that would be our little secret, Togami!
Be a good girl, why don't you, and let the lady in question tell us the rest.
Guess that's my cue to tag in, ain't it, bitches? Well, ain't that a kick in the baby maker? You figured out who I am. Behold, the super high school level serial killer, Genocider Sho! Toko Fukawa's just a craptastic name I was born with.
What on earth's gotten into you?
Not enough these days, if you know what I mean. Why, you volunteering?
This new persona we're seeing is nothing like Fukawa.
And so we have found our killer. Fujisaki was slain by Genocider Sho. She had clear motive.
What would that be?
Fukawa did not want anyone to discover her bloodthirsty alter ego. It was her secret. A secret worth killing for.
Not a bad theory. And kinda clever for a dude. Too bad it's totally wrong, Blondie. I'm actually innocent for a change.
Why should we believe a serial killer?
Ogami's right. I'm not about to take some serial killer's word for it.
We've established it could have been her, but are we certain she's our only suspect?
Face it, Sho has a very specific modus operandi, and it matches this death to a T.
It's close, but not quite!
Then how does it differ?
Told you I didn't do it this time. Suck it, Sherlock! Buy this bastard a clue, huh? I take pride in what I do, which means I'm a stickler for the details!
She's right! What about the killing blow? All of Sho's other victims had been stabbed to death. Not a single one was bludgeoned.
Why go with blunt force trauma when I can just grab some skizzers and paint the town red?
And the crucifixion didn't match Sho's MO either. Fujisaki was tied to the rack with an extension cord, right? But Sho's never tied her victims up with anything. She pins them up with those scissors she loves so much.
Give the kid a cigar! I use scissors on my trophies so I can stick them right to the wall. Don't want them crumpled in a heap when the cops find them.
How considerate.
What's the one thing all my victims have had in common?
One thing they've all had in common. I forgot! Genocider Sho doesn't kill women, only men!
Damn, this kid is on fire! Yep, I only cut up the guys who get me going in the southern hemisphere, if you catch my drift. Oh, I mentioned my naughty bits! How terribly, horribly unladylike of me!
We're gathered here in the pursuit of justice. Your twisted kinks aren't germane to the issue at hand.
Ah, shut your hole, ass face!
Ass face?
I stick to my style, even if it means I gotta blow my damn cover! Dun, dun, dun!
Where the hell those come from?
I got more of them on me if anyone wants to go treasure hunting.
Give it a rest! Crucifixion's your bag, scissors or otherwise. It said so in the cop's secret file.
Wasn't that why we thought it was the real Genocider Sho and not some copycat?
Hold up a second. There is one other person who knew that detail. Togami. When we looked at that file together in the library, didn't you say...
I assure you, these are genuine. They match the copies in my study at home.
Frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if you knew Sho's methods before we even got here.
So we're locked in here with a serial killer and a copycat!
You were privy to Fukawa's secret and hoped to pin your crime to her other persona.
What have you to say for yourself? Answer us!
I say, where's your evidence?
You're not off the hook just yet. The extension cord used to crucify Fujisaki was not unknown to me. I noticed its presence in the library where you spent a fair amount of time prior to the murder.
That's your proof? So I killed Fujisaki in the girls' locker room, and then strung her up so as to emulate the victims of a known murderer, throwing suspicion elsewhere and covering my tracks. Does that sum it up?
We've got him on the ropes, so why is he so calm? Wait, was the crime really committed in the girls' locker room?
After I was done with my workout last night, I spilled my protein coffee on this rug, but now there's no sign of the stain that it left.
I gotta wonder, what if the killer switched the contents of the locker rooms to throw us off the trail?
Great Caesar's ghost!
So, Togami swapped out the rooms then?
There was a swimsuit model poster in the girls' locker room, and a poster of some boy band over on our side.
Man, it's backwards.
You're right, which means Fujisaki wasn't killed in the girls' locker room, but in our locker room. It's the only way it works.
What do you mean?
Wait, so how did that chick get into our locker room in the first place?
Quite simple, actually. Our Fujisaki was a boy. I found out when I checked the body.
Radio! Little Miss Fujisaki was a dude in a dress! So he was cross-dressing, huh? Oh, that's so hot! I wish I had killed him!
Yeah, but that doesn't really change the fact that Togami did it.
Actually, I think it does.
What prompted the change of heart?
Because when we found out a second ago that Fujisaki was a guy, you were as surprised as all the rest of us. But the real killer already knew. Therefore, you can't be our culprit.
I guess that works. Your evidence is purely circumstantial, but it clears my name. As theories go, it'll do. It's exactly as Naegi claims. I'm not the guilty party. That said, I found her in the locker room and did tamper with the state of the body.
You smug bastard! You get off on this, huh?
I was testing your powers of deduction and unnerving the killer with this late revelation.
You're still lying to us!
You're well within your rights not to believe me. But don't forget what happens if you convict in error. If you wish to see tomorrow, help me find the killer.
Squirrely son
So
of
be
a...
it. Let's speak of the case further.
Excellent. Our little guessing games found its second wind.
Tell me something. How, pray tell, Was the culprit able to enter both locker rooms without being shot to pieces?
Easily. I found the digital notebooks of the deceased students in the foyer.
Huh? What are you getting at? If I'm not mistaken, it means either gender could use them and gain access to both rooms.
No. Kawada's digital notebook was broken. It's useless.
So in other words, the killer has to be a guy? Yes, but isn't using another student's device in direct violation of the school rules?
The rule in question prohibits the lending of our digital notebooks. It says nothing about taking them.
Yep, trust fund called it.
So all we really know about Fujisaki's killer right now is that he's of the male persuasion?
What am I not seeing? There's gotta be something, right? Oh, Celestia, didn't you say that you saw Fujisaki on the night he died?
Indeed. He was headed somewhere, and had a long-sleeved jersey stuffed into a duffel bag.
Alas, we found no such shirt at the crime scene. The killer must have disposed of it earlier on. But did he leave behind any clues as to its fate?
If I remember correctly, we have a lot of jerseys at our disposal.
Yeah, and a bunch of different colors, right?
I don't even have a jersey. They don't fit me right.
Yeah, mine's white. Looks pretty bitchin'.
You said Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, didn't you? So what if they picked out their jerseys together?
Yes, that's it! Fujisaki's jersey must match that of his killer!
You saying whoever killed him has to have a matching blue jersey, huh? Well, looks like I'm off the hook at least. I grabbed me a black one.
Should have kept your mouth shut!
What the hell, bro? You trying to start something?
Looks like Naegi caught it also. Owada, you just made a fatal blunder.
The jersey. We talked about him having one, but we never said it was blue.
What?
Think about it, man. Celestia never even mentioned the color.
What are you getting at, bro?
It seems you've dug your own grave, Owada.
I didn't dig nothing!
You poor sap. I'm afraid you did.
The logic of your feint was very sound. You gave him just enough rope to hang himself.
So to speak.
No, you're wrong! My friend Mondo would never stoop to homicide! Tell them how wrong they are! This is all a mistake! It has to be! I don't know how you guessed that the shirt was blue, but that doesn't mean you murdered Fujisaki! It's not true! He's innocent! Why are you all trying to frame him?
We have to be sure. Let's look at the case again, starting from the beginning. This will prove whether our verdict is right or wrong. It was nighttime. Fujisaki left the storage room, duffel bag in tow. There was a blue jersey inside that bag. Fujisaki headed off for the boys' locker room. But how was her digital notebook able to get her inside? Turns out, Fujisaki was actually a boy. Someone was in the locker room waiting for him. Whoever Fujisaki met up with is the very person who killed him. He grabbed whatever was handy, in this case a dumbbell, and attacked. Once the deed was done, he needed to confuse us, so he flip-flopped the contents of the two locker rooms. To get into the girls' locker room, he just needed to grab Mizuno's or Enoshima's notebook, which were in the foyer. That's how the killer managed to swap out the two rooms. I get it about right? Mondo Owada?
You're a clever guy, Naegi. You got me. Yeah, I did it.
Mondo, what are you saying?
Hey, Monokuma, enough dicking around. Just let them cast their damn votes already.
With pleasure!
Oh, wait! Please don't do this!
Give me a break! He confessed! All right, twerps, you know the drill. Place your vote and
Please,
save
no!
your necks! Votes are in! Shockaroo, Owada in the locker room with a dumbbell. Eat your heart out, Colonel Mustard. Believe it or not, my ragtag bunch of character tropes, the vote wasn't unanimous. Ishimaru, voting yourself guilty was noble but stupid. Good thing the others had their act together or you'd all be boned.
I don't believe it. I refuse to believe he's a killer.
Sorry, bro.
Why? Why are you apologizing? Why did you murder him, Mondo? Why? Tell me! Make me understand! Why'd you do something so horrible?
Poor guy. Must be something too traumatic to talk about. Guess I'll have to spill the beans for him. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, there lived a boy named Chihiro Fujisaki. Pretty much from day one, Fujisaki was way too girly for his own good. I mean, look at those eyes! Broe was seriously moe. After years of being told he was the girliest girl who ever girled, Fujisaki had enough of everyone's crap. Rather than punch everyone in the mouth, though, he dealt with the constant oppression another way. A gentler way. A way that involved tucking. He decided to live life as a girl, ladies and gents. Sure, it kinda sucked at being a boy, but man alive did he ever knock it out of the park at being a chick. He enjoyed his new life, but the truth was a secret he couldn't afford to ever let loose. If word got out, the teasing from you schmucks was bound to be 10 times worse than anything he'd ever gotten back in the day. I figured he'd grow a pair and kill one of you. Instead, he had the gall to use the threat of exposure as a catalyst for positive self-improvement. What a letdown, am I right?
Now's the time. I can't hide anymore. For better or for worse, I need to get stronger and be the real me.
Our hero decided he'd start hitting the iron with testosterone-fueled gusto. But the question remained, whoever to choose as his man mentor?
Yeah, me. Fujisaki trusted me enough to tell me the truth.
Bikers are rather known for that my word is my bond spiel. And on top of that, Owada here is a manly specimen. Once you get past the blundered bouffant, he was a goal for Fujisaki to strive towards. I feel like I'm on a roll here with all this juicy exposition. Let's traipse down memory lane some more. This time we'll check out Owada's big bad secret. You know, the one he max-wrapped Fujisaki to keep hidden? Check it out. He killed his own brother!
My big bro was like a god to me. He created the best damn biker gang in all of Japan, so of course I joined up. My bro was top dog, and I was his number 2. When it came time for him to hang up his colors, I was supposed to take his place as the boss. But I wasn't him, you know, not even close. I felt like such a failure next to him, such a fake. On the night of his retirement party, I challenged him to a street race. I was so desperate to win that I started pulling some really reckless shit. And that's when... He died that night, saving my stupid ass.
Don't let the gang go to hell, Mondo. We worked too hard. Promise me, as a man.
Such a weakling. I'm pathetic. I couldn't man up to my own failings. But Fujisaki...
I want to change. It's time for me to become a man.
This little dude with so much to lose. He had the balls to face his fears and beat him. I was jealous of him, alright? I was so freaking jealous. Because he was stronger. You little bastard! So, you want to be a man? Step right up. It's your lucky day, for real. I'm the strongest guy here by a country mile, and if anyone says otherwise, I'll beat him to a bloody pulp! I'm stronger than you! And I'm stronger than Big Bro! I crushed his head in. Because he was brave. I killed someone who came to me for help. Someone who looked up to me. He was more man than I've ever been.
And then, after you killed Fujisaki, you broke his digital notebook to hide his secret. Isn't that so? The other notebook I found in the foyer, the one that I assumed belonged to Kawada, was yours, I guess. You took it into the sauna, hoping the heat and steam would ruin it. You probably did the same thing to Fujisaki's. That would explain why we weren't able to track his notebook down. You broke it before disposing of it.
Boo-hoo-hoo! As much as I love watching men weep like damsels in distress, it's punishment time! Don't look at me like I'm singling out Pompadour Jr. here. This punishment is meant for all humanity. Despair is your birthright.
And what does that mean?
Huh? What's it mean? It's gibberish, okay? It was the first damn thing that came to mind. What, you think I'm going for a Pulitzer?
I am going to survive this. That's all the rest of you need to know.
You're a hoot, Richie Rich. I like the cut of your jib.
Just so that we're crystal clear on this, Monokuma. The moment I'm declared the winner, I'm going to find a way to end you, little demon. I swear on my good name.
Warning! Badass alert! Look at you with your sweeping proclamations. Aw, the bit part thinks he's people. That's so cute!
Who are you calling a bit part?
Now then, it's time for you know what?
No, not yet!
I prepped a little special something for our super high school level biker. Spoiler, I think he's gonna dig it. What do you say, Iwata? Give me 5, Broseph! Get ready for hell on wheels!
Don't do this! Take me instead!
Well, let's send him off with a bang. Punishment time ahoy!
Oh, I'm begging you not to kill my friend!
I hope you forgive me, big bro. I promised you man to man, but I let you down.
Try not to mourn your lost pal too deeply, Ishimaru. I'm sure his soul's gone on to a better place.
People's lives are worth nothing to him. Less than nothing. I don't know how much more of this I can take. I really don't. And now, listening to Ishimaru's heart-wrenching screams, I realize how powerless we all are.
Not gonna lie, I think we got a good pace going on here. You feel me? Yeah, we're hitting our milestones, so that's a relief. That Mizuno girl had gumption, trying to pull off that first murder before the group got all bogged down by ethics and junk. Too bad she's worm food. The only thing that bums me out is I went to all the effort to plant a spy amongst the giblets, and you haven't had to lift a bloody finger yet. What? You have a question for me? Fire away, so long as it's not my bust size, I'll tell you anything! Huh? Who's the 16th student at Hope's Peak? Sorry, that's classified too!